Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. Welcome to day 1092. Congressional leaders agreed on a short-term funding bill to avoid a partial government shutdown. The House, however, canceled votes on the spending bill due to a winter storm, despite several agencies and government functions set to run out of funding on Friday. The continuing resolution will extend the current two-tier funding deadline structure through March 1st and March 8th to give lawmakers more time to write and pass all 12 spending bills for the current fiscal year. Meanwhile, Trump won the Iowa Republican caucuses by an unprecedented margin, defeating Ron DeSantis by some 30 points. Roughly 31 minutes after the caucus began, networks declared Trump the winner. Trump, who is facing 91 charges across 4 criminal cases, won 98 out of 99 counties in Iowa. Moving on, Joe Biden is reportedly running out of patience with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as Israel's war in Gaza entered its 100th day. Despite unprecedented military and diplomatic support from the U.S., Biden has not spoken to Netanyahu in more than 20 days due to Netanyahu's resistance to address U.S. priorities, as well as his unwillingness to discuss plans for after the war and his rejection of the U.S. plan for a reformed Palestinian Authority to have a role in post-Hamas Gaza. One U.S. official said, "The situation sucks and we are stuck." Netanyahu vowed to keep fighting until total victory, adding, "Nobody will stop us. Not The Hague, not the axis of evil, and not anybody else." The Hague is currently hearing accusations that Israel is committing genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza. Meanwhile, the United States carried out its third military strike against Yemen-based Houthis, targeting 4 anti-ship ballistic missiles apparently being readied by the rebel group to attack commercial vessels and Navy ships. The militants have launched nearly 30 attacks on merchant ships in the region since November, vowing solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza and linking their actions to Western support for Israel. Moving on, the Biden administration demanded that Texas stop blocking federal Border Patrol agents from accessing a section of the U.S. southern border after a woman and 2 children drowned in the Rio Grande. Homeland Security said that when Border Patrol agents tried to respond to a distress call, they were physically barred by Texas Military Department agents from accessing the area, which had been blocked off with fencing, gates, and razor wire. Texas officials said the 3 drownings had already occurred when Border Patrol asked for permission to enter the area. The Justice Department said it is impossible to say what might have happened if Border Patrol had had its former access to the area, including through its surveillance trucks that assisted in monitoring the area. At the very least, however, Border Patrol would have had the opportunity to take any available steps to fulfill its responsibilities and assist its counterparts in the Mexican government with undertaking the rescue mission. Texas made that impossible. And finally, Trump returned to a New York courtroom for the start of his second civil trial over a defamation lawsuit filed by Carroll, who previously brought a civil suit alleging Trump raped her in a Manhattan department store and then defamed her when he denied her story. Last year, a judge found Trump had sexually abused Carroll and then defamed her, awarding her $5 million in damages. This trial is for a separate incident of defamation and will determine the damages that Trump owes after remarks he made about Carroll during a televised town hall last year following the end of his first trial. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.